Knoxville, graduated from East High School, has lived in Atlanta for the past 50 years, but Knoxville is important to him and the setting of his new book.
Yeah, Emily Stroud talked with him about a fortress and a legacy.
The man on the left is Ross Bud Perrin. The little guy saluting him on the right is his nephew, Ross Greene, who 70 years later has published a book.
Darkness hung heavy as Bud walked out through the double doors of the officers' club and grabbed the cold handlebars of his bike.
Ross Greene grew up hearing the story. Bud Perrin and Thelma McGee graduated from Knoxville High School in the 1930s. Later, they married, and he went off to fight in World War II, part of a B-17 bomber crew. Bud in Europe, Thelma in Tennessee.
As I look here from where we are, I see the scenes that took place in this book. The S&W, KUB, Tennessee Theater, Old George's, which now is the KUB office, and Miller's was there. So all these places are in this book and form a thread that goes through the entirety of this. I tried to create a tapestry, blending the love of these two people with what happened in the war, with the historical background also, and then the backdrop of Knoxville. Knoxville is a thread that runs throughout this book, A Fortress and a Legacy.
This telegram arrived at Thelma's home on Chicago Avenue in Knoxville. Bud Perrin's B-17 crashed, missing in action. Another telegram told her he died December 11th, 1944. About a month later, their daughter Rosalind was born.
My cousin is Rosalind Perrin Davis. She lives in Florida.
In 2008, Rosalind discovered letters, a lot of letters, even Bud's last letter sent home.
When she called me and told me that she had found these 1,000 letters that her mother had rat-packed away in an attic, it was amazing. And so I took those letters and it brought back memories, and she sat and cried when she read them. I cried some when I read them because memories came flooding back to both of us.
Those letters convinced Ross to write what he calls a fact-based novel, drawn from those letters and a lot of research. The letters capture their love story. War diaries and government records fill in the history. Ross Greene's search for details and accuracy took 6 years and even took him overseas.
Late in the story, I was able to go and find where his plane crashed in Mannheim, Germany. I also found 6 people who saw various portions of that crash on December the 11th, 1944.
That crash claimed the life of his uncle. This book gives Bud Perrin's story to the daughter he never met.
I really wrote this story for her. I wanted her to have the father that she never knew, and I've succeeded.
I'm Emily Stroud, live at 5 at 4.
You can find his book, A Fortress and a Legacy, online. We have the links at WBIR.com.
And his Aunt Thelma, who was featured in his book, was Miss Knoxville in 1940 and competed in the Miss America pageant. She also worked here at Channel 10 for decades. Great story there.